What's going on down here then, mate? I noticed that the old naturally aspirated Cossy's gone.
It has indeed, mate. Paul and Pete have been down today to pick that up. That's very nice of them. So yeah, it become a little bit of part of the furniture, didn't it? That normally aspirated.
Yeah. Hanging around for a while, wasn't it?
Sorry to see it go, but weirdly, I've had another inquiry actually about a normally aspirated Cosy. Obviously, there's not too many people out there that sort of want them done, but we had a phone call the other day as well off an old customer that I did a normally aspirated for. You know when you do an engine and it disappears and you don't hear from them for years and you wonder, it's always in your mind how it went on.
Yeah, how did that
well, he got in touch with me. He's just got the car going now. It's a Mark II Group 4 spec with the normally aspirated Cosy. It's got solid lifters, big cams, all that. But yeah, they got it running and they were running it on the dyno. So he sent me this video. Yeah, as you can see on there, they're not revving the nuts off it, but it sounds fairly Larry, that thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it sounded good.
Yeah, but he's hoping to sort of compete with some of the boys with the Millingtons in. And when you bear in mind how much it costs to build one of them normally aspirated Cosworths, it's nowhere near one of these Millingtons.
Right.
So yeah, they've took that one away today. It's not the only thing that's gone, mate. Have a look outside the door.
What's going on? Oh, is that the washer gone?
The big washer's gone.
Bloody hell, it's almost like I haven't seen any of this happen.
I know, mate, this is just mad, isn't it? Eh?
So that's gone?
That's gone now, so that's one machine gone, one problem solved. So yeah, we're going to be having a good clean of this. Yesterday, we was having a look on the old Big Doug website, weren't we?
Yeah.
And been looking at flooring. So I don't know whether any of you guys have had any experience with flooring and what to choose. Obviously, we need something hard wearing that we can wheel engine stands around on, and obviously when we bring engines in on the crane. But we have spotted this. It's like a 7mm thick vinyl, which is tough. It's good for things like forklifts and all that, so it must be fairly tough. But we're thinking of doing all the way, well, this area here really, and maybe in the office, so that works out at about 250 square metres.
Right.
So yeah, let us know in the comments if you've had any experience with that flooring, whether it's a good idea, but it would just tidy it up, wouldn't it? Easy clean.
Yeah.
I mean, the trouble is, if we start painting this and doing anything with this, it's going to be big money anyway.
It wears off.
It just wears off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's crap. So I'm thinking nice black tiles, job done.
Yeah.
And also, we've been looking at the benches, haven't we, on there?
Yeah, they look good. They do.
They've got the drawers and the cupboards in the bottom. So rather than build a wood surface like bench, really, where we're going to be sort of working on, maybe get those and then build like a shelf at the top.
Yeah.
Gives us nice storage cupboards and it will look smart, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Keeps everything off the floor and that. So yeah, that's gone, mate, that machine.
Yeah.
That's a weight off my mind.
Give that little corner a clear out.
That's it. So I think what we should probably do is when we move these machines over there, we've got to get some water plumbed in to over where these are going to be. That there we're going to put over by the fire door. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
And we should probably just pressure wash this area and sweep it out, innit?
Yeah,
clean
give
it all
a
up.
good bloody clean.
And then these two in and out, sort of goods in and out shelves will go there side by side. Tidy it right up, won't it?
That would look good.
Yeah.
Much more practical.
That's it. Yeah, so that block I'm doing down on the mill at the minute is a block for Bob Dove. That's one of them climaxes that I've got to drill all the threads out the top for the head bolts and helicoil, which is, it's all right, it's easy enough, but it's just a bit monotonous. This Cosworth here that we stripping yesterday, come and have a look at that, mate. So we've got the head off. Now this is the one that, correct me if I'm wrong, if the owner is watching, but I'm pretty sure he's bought a 3-door Cosworth.
Right.
And the engine's sort of failed on it. And he's actually took the head off, but he bought it in with the head on, but he took the, where's the old, what's it, God knows. But yeah, when we've had a look, he sent me photos of this, but it actually didn't look as bad as it is in person in the photos, really. But you can see here where it's cracked right to the outside,
yeah,
and across it almost looks like frost damage. So when these waterways fill up with water with no antifreeze in, and then the frost freezes it, obviously ice expands and it's tried to push the side of the block out, looks to me. But bit of a weird spec anyway. Apparently this engine was built, haven't measured the bores yet, but you can see they're an acrylite piston, flat top, and this is that is at top dead centre on number 2 and 3. So that's it's probably low, about 3 mil. Yeah, not what I call ideal. I know that acrylite will do a semi-finished crown, but what I would do if I bought those is machine the original bowl in. So you've got a sort of combustion chamber there, rather than just skim the piston and hope for the best. I think that's what they've done by the looks of it. So, don't know. The block face looks like it's been dragged round the yard a couple of times on the back of the van.
Doesn't look great, does it?
No, it looks rubbish. But yeah, don't know the full history. The oil pump, just looking at the oil pump here, they've obviously, it looks like there's a brand new body there, but it's got the old cap and pickup pipe, so I suspect that they've done the usual, bought a Pinto pump, stuck the old cap on it for the spray bar, but I've got to strip that and see what the cap looks like. It looks to me what they've done, which is a bit of a cheapy version. If you're going to do a Cosy and go to the extent of putting acrylite pistons in, then I'd probably just do it properly, wouldn't you? Yeah,
probably. So what's your verdict on that crack then? You think that's...
I think it's frost damage. It's too... Yeah, the block's scrap. Yeah, so we've got... The customer's supplied a new 200 block there. Well, not new to him.
Yeah.
So we've got the pistons there already with the pockets in. So yeah, it's just a go through, mate, and how far he wants to go on the cams, but I think he wants it fairly tasty.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, I'll take the rods out, see what they look like, and try and come to a bit more of a conclusion as to what they've done or what they haven't done. But it looks at the moment like one of those, it's all been done, mate.
Yeah, it looks like it's been balanced at some point.
Yeah, it looks like all been balanced. Yeah, you're right there. The cranks had meat took off. So whether the last build was done with all this, but I mean, obviously someone spent some time and money on it, but whether it was the last time, I don't see why you'd go to the extent of balancing the crank and rods and that, and then do that with the oil pump. And,
I know. And
do that sort of lashy piston crown setup.
Yeah, that kind of must have been running pretty low compression then.
Yeah. Well, this is the trouble. I mean, whether they worked it out, I don't know, but it's not what I would do.
No.
I'd run a bit of jut out, and that's just a bit crap, that.
Yeah.
And that's probably why the bores look a little bit like they do. We have a look at them.
A bit black around the top, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks like it's been getting... it looks like it's been getting plenty of blow-by on the rings. Bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's what will happen. If the piston's sitting lower, it's going to want to... The
come out
combustions want to go down the rings, so you're probably going to get a lot of crankcase pressure.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. Nothing out of the ordinary though, is it, for these Cosies?
Well, no, not really. Right, so I just thought I'd show you what I've been getting up to. Got this V8 head here. Now, this is off of the TVR, which is over here, which I'm getting built up at the minute. I put one head on there, just dropped that on. And I am doing, well, with the other head, I've done the compression ratio, or the CC measurement. So, with this chamber here, you can see the spark plugs in there. It's not in, we haven't got any in the other ones. So, we put the spark plug in. And then here we just got some paraffin. And what I do is I get a bit of grease, smear that all around the edge of the combustion chamber there. And then we lay on this piece of perspex with the two holes in it, sort of like that. So that one hole is right up the top. This head's on a little bit of a backward slant, so that basically you fill it through there with this fluid, and the air escapes out of this top hole. And essentially what you do, this syringe is 2 mil at a time. So you fill it 2 mil at a time, and every sort of squirt 2 mil, count it, do a tally. So this one took 15.5, you see that little one there, 15.5 to fill. So what you do is you multiply that by 2, because there's 2 mil, and that gives you your cubic centimetres, which was 31. So with that then Lee can do a calculation that works out the compression ratio, which you'll have to show me because I don't actually know how you do that. But so yeah, that's how you measure it. So we've got 31 cc in each of those combustion chambers there. I've just been putting a set of sleeves in these exhaust guides on this Lotus 16 valve from SJ Sports Cars. The only annoying thing about this is these guides are really hard, so it takes quite a long time to drill through them or to ream them out to that bigger size. So I'm going to keep going on with that, and hopefully tomorrow morning we'll get the measurements worked out and work out the compression ratio for that, and then I can get the heads on, get that V8 timed up. I'll show you what I've done with that today. So I've got all the pistons and rods in and the crank. Obviously I took it back apart and made sure everything was clean. You can see in there all the rods and the crankshaft. This head is literally just sat on there, just sort of testing that it will fit. And I was also wondering about this oil. Well, I wasn't sure whether it was a dipstick hole or an oil hole. So I put the gasket on, put the head on. Obviously you can see that you can access that, so that's obviously the dipstick hole. Hopefully we can get this one done sort of this week, all things going well. But yeah, I need to refit these oil bungs, which I've pushed out, and there's some at the rear as well which need to go back in. Just one there and one there. And this one, when we get to timing it up, we've got a vernier pulley for that, so we'll go through that. I'll get Lee to sort of show me through that and help me do it. Although he showed me a couple of videos ago, he went through the 1275 mini timing with me, but it's one of them things, it's sort of, you know, you don't just learn it and then do it. It's quite, you've got to really get your head around it. So hopefully, yeah, he'll show me through that. I've still got to clean up this oil pump housing and front cover. I think we're waiting for a new set of innards for the oil pump. Yeah, these ones are, I think, a bit scored up. So we're waiting for a new set of innards for that. And then, sort of, if we can get it all together. Got the sump down there, and rocker shafts in there as well. In these, need to give them a clean. They're wrapped up in these towels. So I'll give them all a clean. We've got new push rods by the look of it. And I've got all the nice new hydraulic lifters in there. Just get one out and show you. Lovely little lifter there. But yeah, got all them in. So we're ready really to time this up and sort of get the other head on, get it all bolted down. As long as them compression ratios are all right, then yeah, we're good to go with that. Hang on, let me just think. What am I doing? Right.
Have a little think, mate. What are you doing?
That's a Lotus head.
Lotus head?
So I've cut the seats on the exhaust, only on the exhaust, and I've also done the guide liners.
Very nice.
Now I've got to skim it.
Okay, and what is the problem with that?
Well, the problem is that underneath, it's like, sort of like that. There's no parallel face. It's,
I see.
Like that. There's two faces like that.
Ah.
So I've got it on jacks in the bolt holes.
So you've got to just clock the top really, make sure it's level.
I'm nearly there with it, so.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm just going to clamp it and check that it stays.
Yeah. Wonder what Lotus that's off then.
I don't know. Not a clue.
Yeah, so that's what Isaac's on about. See the base here. Normally on the heads, the bottom or the rocker face would be the parallel to the top face. You just set it on parallels like that, and jobs are good. But with that being like it is, we don't really do enough of them to warrant making a jig. We
No.
have got jigs actually for some stuff. So in here, I'll show you in this cupboard. See, there's like there we've got the V8 jigs, obviously where you've got that angle on the rocker face. We just bolt that jig to the face, and then obviously by the time we sit it on here, the top of it's parallel. But you still need to really just check it with the height gauge to make sure that it's parallel.
Yeah, so yeah.
Very nice.
Got to clamp it down now.
So that's it, guys, for another video. If you want to know what's going on here, you have to come back Friday for Friday's video. But until then, have a great evening. We'll see you then. Cheers, guys.